Are you new to the world of CBD? Do terms like cannabinoid, oil, gummies, terpenes, THC, CBD, broad spectrum, full spectrum, dosing, do these terms whirl around in your head and you have no idea where to start? Do you want to try CBD because you've heard good things about it, like it helped your best friend with her anxiety, or it helped so-and-so's kid down the street who is autistic and has meltdowns gotten better, but you have no idea where to even start? Well, I've got great news for you. You can start here. In this video, I'm going to share with you a description and reviews of several different CBD oils that we personally have used with our nonverbal autistic 4-year-old twin boys, Alex and Will. So if you're interested and you'd like to hear more, then stay tuned. Hey EllisFamLifers, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, this is EllisFamLife #AutisticTwins. We like to do 3 things around here. We want to raise, relate, and educate. Raise awareness and acceptance for nonverbal autism, relate to you and the autistic person in your life, and educate by sharing stories of our life with nonverbal autistic twins, Alex and Will. So new friends and old friends, thank you for joining us. So this channel's been around for a little while now, and almost since the beginning, I've been very open about our use of CBD oil for the twins because of their nonverbal autism. And it's done things like help calm their meltdowns. I've seen a noticeable difference in more vocalizations and more eye contact. And also I've seen less stimming and better coping. And so as a result of those great results, I decided to become an affiliate for a CBD company, especially after it became legal in the United States in December of 2018. 2 housekeeping disclaimers before we get started. This is, along with my other CBD videos, an affiliate posting. So if you decide to try CBD and you click through my link in the description below and order CBD, then you help support our family and this channel. So thank you so much. And second disclaimer is, I want you to remember that CBD is still very new. There are not very many studies on it. A lot of the stories are anecdotal, meaning they are people relating their personal experience, including us, so our information is anecdotal. And the FDA has not approved CBD yet. So generally, y'all know it's going to take a long time for the FDA to get on board and perform all the studies that they feel are appropriate for CBD before they get on board with supporting it. So if you have any concerns about CBD and your concerns outweigh your curiosity, then don't try CBD. It is not for you. I can't make any medical claims about CBD. I can only tell you how it's helped our family, how it's helped me personally, and most importantly, how it's helped my twins. And for us, the benefits far outweighed the risks. And y'all know I have a little bit of credibility because I'm a registered nurse and I work at a major hospital in this area. So most of you know that I have a little bit of credibility and that I absolutely would not give my children or ingest myself something that I thought was dangerous. So I do want to put that little disclaimer out there of CBD doesn't have a lot of studies. It is a natural product, but it depends on what company you're getting your product from and how much CBD is actually in the product versus the THC, all of those things together. And if your concerns outweigh your curiosity and your willingness to try it, then don't try it. It's not for you. So I just wanted to lay those 2 things out there. So now let's get into the actual product reviews. Okay, now that all of the housekeeping things aside, we have decided to use CBD and we use it very regularly. And I go through a company called Diamond CBD. Diamond is very transparent about all of their products. In my research, I've spent hours online looking through different products for CBD. And the thing that I ran across the most is companies are not honest. They do not put the ingredients online. They don't put the amount of CBD in a particular bottle that you're buying. The prices are outrageous. And so I finally settled on Diamond because they publish all of their reports. They have a lab report for every single one of their products. So I know exactly how much THC or not THC I'm getting in one of their gummies. I know what colors I'm getting. I know what dyes I'm getting. I know everything about that particular product. So I settled on Diamond because the price was very reasonable and they were so transparent. So I very much believe in this company, and I'm kind of excited because I can see a trend in the world of CBD now that it's legal in the United States. I predict that the prices will start coming down a little bit. So anyway, that's my disclaimer about Diamond. I love the Diamond products, and I love most of all their transparency. As a medical professional, I appreciate that the dosing is very accurate and that I know exactly what I'm getting in every bottle of oil or syringe or bottle of gummies that I buy from Diamond. Okay, so let's talk about their products. I'm only going to talk about the products that I and or the twins have personally used because I don't want to speak of that which I don't know. So the thing that we use the most are the Daily Boost syringes, and there's several different strengths, several different flavors. And y'all know, I know a lot of you have seen my other videos. The reason I like these syringes is because they come in these little very exactly measured syringes. So there's a milliliter in each of these syringes, and it's broken down into 10 equal parts. Now, a lot of you have asked me, how much do you give your twins? So I give my twins 0.3 of a milliliter, which in this syringe, there are 50 milligrams of CBD in this syringe. So if I divided that into 10, because of the 10 equal parts, I'm giving them 0.3, which is 15 milligrams. And I do that once in the morning, and then probably 2 or 3 times a week. If they come home kind of overstimulated and cranky or melting down from school, I give them another 15 when they get home from school about 2 o'clock. So these are our favorites, and I give the twins 15 milligrams in the morning, 15 milligrams in the afternoon as needed. The morning dose is scheduled. The afternoon dose is as needed. And Diamond allows you to buy these Daily Boost oils individually, but we go through so many, and because both of my twins take so much CBD, we buy them by the box, and I think the price is about the same. And Diamond is very good about running lots of 50% off sales, and also these were on clearance a few weeks back, and so I was able to really stock up. I was very excited. So this is what the box looks like. This is what the little cylinders look like, and inside it has the syringe. Now, the thing that I want to compare with the Daily Boost syringes especially is that I've got 2 different strengths here, and this is kind of confusing to people when they watch my videos or when they get on the Diamond website. There is a little bit of discrepancy in the way it is described and the way it's presented. You can see on these boxes, let me see, I turn them this way. If I turn them this way, you can see that the aqua box says 1,000 milligrams and the green box says 1,500 milligrams. So that there's a difference in these 2 boxes. Not only are they 2 different flavors, but they are 2 different strengths. So basically what's happening is they're using a specific concentration or ratio of CBD in the oil. They've infused the CBD oil into the MCT oil, which is kind of the carrier for the CBD oil. And they've put 2 different concentrations in these syringes. So both of these syringes look identical. This one came from the 1,000 milligram box, and this one came from the 1,500 milligram box. So the difference is they both have 1 milliliter of oil, but they have different concentrations. So if this one came from the 1,000 milligram box, that's the formula that they used. It has 33 milligrams in this syringe. So it's still marked with the 10 equal part divisions. And so if it's only got 33 milligrams, then each part is 3.3 milligrams. So if you take half of this syringe, you're taking about 16.5 milligrams. If you have the 1,500 syringe, you're looking at 50 milligrams in the syringe. And so if you take half of that syringe, you're actually getting 25 milligrams. So there's a difference in, especially it'll show up in the difference in the cost. You know, these will run maybe $1 less, maybe $1 or $2 less than the higher concentration, but you're getting two different concentrates. And so Diamond has a 1500 milligram concentration, a 1000 milligram concentration, I think a 550 or a 600 and a 300 milligram. So if you buy the 300 milligrams, when you come across a good sale with Diamond, you might find a 300 milligram syringe for $3, but you're only getting 10 milligrams in that whole syringe because the concentration is more diluted. But do you see how exact that is and how transparent Diamond is with their product? So you know exactly what you're getting. You just have to know the difference between the concentrations and know which one you're getting when you buy it. So we usually go with the 1500s because it's the highest concentration, and the little boys don't really like to take CBD if they can help it. I mean, they just don't want to eat, they don't want to take anything that's foreign to them. Although they're kind of used to it now because I'll just pop it right down in their cheek. But, so if I get a higher concentration, I don't have to give them as much. But some people want maybe a lower concentration, or maybe what happened for us was the 1000 milligrams, which is only 33 milligrams per syringe, they were running a clearance on those syringes. So I could get them so much cheaper because they were on clearance. So it just depends on where you are, you know, financially, what Diamond is running a sale on, it's up to you. Do you need it really highly concentrate because you're giving it to your 12-year-old nonverbal autistic boy who's really strong, and you got to try to sneak it in there, or maybe put it on a bite of applesauce or something. And you absolutely can take these with food. In fact, they're recommended that you take them with food because they're fat soluble, so they work really well, especially if you eat something kind of high fat. So take them with breakfast. The boys don't really eat breakfast, so I don't really give them, I just pop it in their mouth real fast, and I do it while they're half asleep. I'm a little sneaky like that. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I know you've done the same thing. Anyway, those are the Daily Boost syringes, and they're my favorite. Hands down, I love those syringes, and they work the best for the little boys. Okay, so we're kind of halfway through. If you are learning something from this content and you like what you're hearing, be sure to click that like button. If you want to hear more stories of EllisFamLife, #AutisticTwins, consider subscribing to the channel. Ring the bell to get notifications. And if you are getting excited about what you're hearing, then just leave me one little word comment. Yes. Just tell me yes, that you like what you're seeing, that you want to try it, and you're getting kind of excited about CBD. Then put yes in the comments below. Think about sharing this video with someone you know and love who might need to see it. And be sure to click that like button if you're enjoying the content. Now back to our review of CBD products. Okay, so that about covers the Daily Boost CBD oils that we use. Now let's move on to a couple of different oils that I've ordered and that I've used, and I really like them. The first one is called Blue CBD Crystals Isolate CBD Oil. And this is a 350 milligram bottle. And this is this is the most common way that you see CBD. It is the little, like, old-fashioned medicine dropper bottle. Now, I didn't go for these at first because I always feel like they're not very exact dosing, because you can kind of see how the oil is. It's real thick and you never know. I always felt like, oh, am I really getting it all out of the bottle? But Diamond had such a good sale going that I thought, I really want to try these oils because the special is so good. So this is a 350 milligram bottle. And again, when we say these really big hundreds of milligrams in a bottle or a concentrate, we're talking about the concentration. So basically what it breaks down to is, the good thing about this is that you can see everything laid out very specifically on the box. It says every 30 milliliter bottle contains 30 total 1 ml servings or 600 drops of oil. So they're telling you there's 30 milliliters in this bottle, which equates to 600 individual drops of oil. To use, unscrew the dropper top from the bottle and gently press down the dropper top and release to fill the dropper tubes. So, you know, you're going to stick the dropper tube down into the bottle and squeeze the top, and that fills up your dropper. The most important thing is the dropper will be half full, which indicates a full dropper, which will have approximately 20 drops of oil. A full dropper, so the little tube, so I'm squeezing it, I'm pulling it out, and you can see, I don't know if you can see that this is half full, okay? So each drop, every time I squeeze it gently and one drop releases, then that means that there are 20 of those such drops in this one dropper full. May take anywhere from 1 drop to a full dropper, which is 20 drops, or 1 ml under your tongue as needed based on the desired amount of milligrams you want to take. And the other most important thing about this particular concentrate of CBD is that it also says 1 bottle, so the entire bottle has 350 milligrams. A dropper, a full dropper, which is 20 drops, has 11.7 milligrams. And that means divided down, 1 drop, one of those 20 drops has 0.58 milligrams. For example, I've had lots of really good questions from people who may not have necessarily bought Diamond CBD, but they bought a bottle of CBD oil with the droppers, and they say, well, I took a couple of drops, but I didn't see any difference. I didn't feel any different. Or it said, the box said to put 2 drops under the tongue, so I gave my autistic child 2 drops, and I didn't see a difference. Here's the problem. Most CBD, well, the first problem is sometimes you get a hold of a bottle of CBD that comes from a company that doesn't tell you how much is in the bottle, or it doesn't break it down for you very exactly, so you have no idea how much you're really taking if you're taking 2 drops. And the other problem is 2 drops is probably not enough. So if this box says 1 drop is 0.58 milligrams, so you're talking about half of 1 milligram. Well, I know from experience with the twins, they need 15 milligrams. So really, if each drop is approximately half a milligram, they're going to need 30 drops. So I know that I'm going to have to do a whole dropper full and another half in order to get up to, 15-ish milligrams for it to do any good. So my hope is that as CBD gets more popular, more regulated, more, the FDA will get on board, that we will see an increase in the transparency of these CBD companies, where they're more open and thorough in their marketing and their reports, so that they tell you exactly what you're getting in a bottle. So you can see from Diamond CBD, I'm getting this bottle with a total of 350 milligrams in the bottle. So for me personally, if I take 20, 25, 30 milligrams a day, I use CBD for, it's kind of a chill out. It makes it really helps my anxiety, and it really helps appetite control for me personally. So I like to not be hungry because, I'd really like to lose a little bit of weight. So anyway, every woman says they want to lose some weight, but I could stand to lose a few pounds. So I like CBD for its appetite, the appetite control that it provides. So if I take this CBD oil, I can take 2 full dropper fulls and get 11.7 times 2. So basically 12 milligrams times 2 is 24 milligrams. And so I can take 2 full dropper fulls and have almost 25 milligrams of CBD. So this is a good one if you're a grown-up. Now, personally, I don't really want to give this to the twins because it's real thick and there's so much in a dropper full. That's a whole milliliter. And I know those little Daily Boost syringes, I only have to give them a very fraction of a milliliter to get the same effect. So this obviously is not as concentrate as the Daily Boost syringes, but it was such a great deal. And also, let me talk to you about the taste. So I'm taking this, holding it under my tongue for about 30 seconds. And I'm swallowing. Also, the bottle says shake well before use, so shake it really good. Let's just pretend I shook it. And this Crystal Blue Isolate CBD has kind of a citrusy flavor. It's palatable. It actually tastes a little bit like children's Tylenol. Children's Tylenol to me has a better taste than like children's cough syrup. So it tastes kind of like children's Tylenol. It's not terrible. Definitely palatable for, 30 seconds under the tongue, and then you just swallow. All right, so this is the Crystal Blue Isolate. Let's also mention about the Crystal Blue Isolate. I know in the beginning of my video I talked about terpenes and full spectrum and pure. There's different types of CBD oil. Full spectrum CBD, for example, take apple cider vinegar. Okay, apple cider vinegar has great health benefits. Okay, if you're at the grocery store and you pick up 2 different brands of apple cider vinegar and hold them up to the light, sometimes apple cider vinegar will be very opaque and kind of got like floaty looking stuff in it, or it'll be very clear and filtered. So CBD oil can be made the same way. Generally, it's CBD oil infused into like MCT oil. MCT oil is a good vehicle for CBD. But a lot of times when the manufacturers are extracting the oil from the plant, they will leave a lot of the sludge. Just like with apple cider vinegar, when you buy the opaque Floaties bottle, you're getting what's called mother, which is all of the extra added benefits of the apple cider vinegar. It's like good for your gut, and it's got all of these, immune boosting properties, and it's kind of sludgy and it looks kind of gross, and it's kind of like drinking the orange juice with the pulp, but you're getting that extra bit of added nutrition from the mother in the apple cider vinegar. Well, CBD oil is kind of the same way. So when the manufacturers are extracting the oil, a lot of times they'll leave all of the extra little pulpy things like the orange juice so that you can ingest them and get the full benefit. And they call that full spectrum CBD. Now, when the manufacturers extract that CBD oil and they leave it a little bit unfiltered and leave that full spectrum, it will always leave very microscopic amounts of THC. And what they do is just keep filtering it and filtering it and filtering it until they get below the national legal amount of THC, which is less than 0.3%. So they'll put that full spectrum in there and give you all of that extra CBD pulp, so to speak, and that's where the terpenes term comes in. That's like the extra little flavor particles that help give the CBD its flavor. And then the full spectrum, they leave all the silt, basically, or it's like unfiltered wheat beer or unfiltered apple cider vinegar. Well, a lot of people don't want the unfiltered version, or they don't want to take a chance with, even if it's just a microscopic amount of THC. What if they work at a hospital, and even though nationally a certain microscopic level of THC is allowed or legal, hospital policy might be 0 THC. So I don't really want to take a chance that even a very microscopic amount of THC will cause me to fail a urine drug screen, because as a nurse, I am required to pee in a cup anytime the hospital tells me to, because I handle narcotics and controlled substances, and they want to make sure that I am being honest and above board and not a drug user. So I actually don't use full spectrum CBD oil or the terpenes oil, because it still does have microscopic levels of THC that I don't really want to take a chance. I don't know how thorough. It's probably 99% likely not going to happen that if I pee in a cup, I'll test positive for THC, but I don't really want to take that chance, because even though it's legal in the United States, it's not, per my hospital policy, it's still illegal. And so I'm following the rules of my hospital, which are more strict than the US guidelines. I mean, you can go out and buy a beer or have a glass of wine at bedtime, or go and have a couple of drinks with the girlfriends, but you can't do that at work. And I'm absolutely not allowed to do that at work, so I can't ingest alcohol and go to work. My hospital treats THC and marijuana and all of that the same way. You know, I fully believe that marijuana will be legalized at some point in the United States. It's coming. I think there's a lot of stigma attached to it, and especially the medical uses that you can use for, as an aside, the medical things that you can do with marijuana. It cures glaucoma. It gives people with cancer an appetite so that they feel like eating and get nutrition. So all of that aside, I think that marijuana at some point will be legalized because it's basically like drinking alcohol. Personally, that's what I believe. But I can't drink alcohol and then go to work. So why would I be able to ingest marijuana or ingest THC and then go to work? So even though, I mean, it's kind of, you know, it's such a microscopic amount, it's not going to affect me. I don't want to take that chance that the hospital would say, hey, it's time to go pee in a cup, and then I test positive for marijuana. The way that I can absolutely not even settle all of my worries and not even worry about it is that you can buy CBD oil that's been purified. So the blue CBD, and it's called Crystals Isolate, it is completely purified. The manufacturers have filtered it so many times that every single trace, even a microscopic trace of THC, has been completely removed. So I don't have to worry. And personally, I'm still, you know, this is still anecdotal, whether I do the Daily Boost syringes, which do have full spectrum and a microscopic amount of THC, versus the Crystals Isolate, I don't see a difference in the effect. I feel the same effect whether it's full spectrum or purified isolate. So personally for me, I just as soon take the purified because that means I'm not worried about work and I get the same effect. My anxiety is, I'm a little bit more chill, my anxiety is a little bit more under control, and my appetite is under control. Being in the medical profession, choose to use the purified version of CBD oil just so that I'm not worried about peeing in a cup. Now, so we talked about full spectrum, purified. Now I just wanted to show you one more bottle to kind of show you the difference. I just wanted to show you the difference in the two different bottles. Kind of like the Daily Boost syringes, you can buy them in different concentrates. So I had one box that was 1,000 milligram concentration and another box that was 1,500 milligram concentration. So I know it's confusing because you think, but that's not what's in the syringe. It is just the concentration of the formula that they're using. You know, those syringes, it was, hey, there's 33 milligrams in the 1,000 formula, and there's 50 milligrams per syringe in the 1,500 formula. So that's the difference. So with these bottles, I bought two different kinds. All right, so for two different dropper bottles, you know, the Crystal Blue Isolate is purified. This CBD oil is full spectrum hemp extract. Okay, so when the manufacturers, kind of like with the Daily Boost syringes, when the manufacturers were extracting the CBD from the hemp plant, they left this unfiltered. They left all of the mother, all of those extra little particles that help provide a more holistic nutritional effect. All right, and this concentration, I don't know if you can tell, this oil is actually a little thinner than the Crystals Isolate oil because it doesn't have any flavor. So this is flavorless. And this bottle states that it has 30 total 1 ml servings or 600 drops of oil. So there's still 20 drops per dropper. And you can take anywhere from a drop to a full dropper. And each full dropper has 18.3 milligrams and each drop has 0.92 milligrams. Because you can see, I don't know if you can see that this bottle has a total of 550 milligrams. So instead, it's still got 30 mils in the bottle, but unlike the Crystals Isolate bottle, Crystals Isolate only has 350 milligrams per bottle. This particular bottle has 550 milligrams. And if you get on their website, you can see that they have Crystals Isolate with 350 milligrams, with 550, with 1,000, 1,500. I think it goes to as high as 1,500. So you can see that these are, they're just different strengths. you've got the purified, and then you've got the full spectrum, because this one has very low microscopic levels of THC because they're trying to leave all of those extra added nutrients from the plant in the oil. And a lot of times, anecdotally or whatever, people absolutely feel like the full spectrum has a better effect than just the purified version. Personally, I can't tell a difference, so I don't even worry about taking the full spectrum. But a lot of people feel like you're getting more of the added benefits and the nutrition from the plant itself if you're using full spectrum. So, and I feel like the cost for full spectrum versus purified, almost the same price, but I feel like the cost was pretty much the same. And you would administer it the same way. You would just open your mouth, drop it down under your tongue, hold it for about 30 seconds, and then swallow. And CBD optimally works with food. It's always better to take it with food for the best effect because it's a fat-soluble compound. So it works better if you take it with food. It will still work if you don't take it with food. I don't give it with food to the twins because they're not big breakfast eaters, and generally they're half asleep when I give it to them because I'm sneaky like that. So, all right, so those are the oils, and that's what we mean when we say isolate, pure, terpenes. Terpenes are the little extra flavor compounds that are in there with the full spectrum. That's what we mean when we say full spectrum. That's like unfiltered apple cider vinegar, like the mother in the apple cider vinegar. And then crystals isolate is like the purified version, completely purified so many times that all THC has been removed. So that's a big deal. You want to try CBD, but you're kind of scared about the whole microscopic levels of THC, then go with the purified version and don't even worry about the THC.
And before we move on, there's one more term that I want to discuss, which is broad spectrum. Broad spectrum CBD oil is full spectrum that has had the THC removed. And for the purposes of this video, I did not cover an oil that is considered broad spectrum. However, Diamond does sell broad spectrum in case you wanted all of the other nutritional benefits of a full spectrum CBD oil but did not want to ingest the THC. You can always go with a broad spectrum oil.
Then you don't even have to worry about it, especially if you work in the medical field, or if you operate heavy machinery, or you know that there's always the chance that you're going to have to pee in a cup for a urine drug screen. Then don't even do the full spectrum CBD. Go with the purified. The other thing that I did not cover in this video is the vape oil. And the only reason I didn't cover the vape oil is because I don't vape. I'm not a smoker, and I don't have a vape pen or anything. So I can tell you, if you are a vapor, that most of these oils can be either vaped or orally ingested. So this MCT oil or the Crystals Isolate oil, not sure about the Daily Boost, but I know for sure that the oils in the droppers can be vaped. And also, Diamond has a whole line of vape oils that have several, I feel like millions of flavors, probably like dozens of flavors that you can ingest orally. I've just never done it because I found something that works for us, and I've never really bought the vape oil. However, they're interchangeable. If you get a vape oil, almost certainly you can ingest it orally if you want to try that particular flavor. So anyway, I hope all of that helps. This is kind of a long one, but I really wanted to give you details about what all is involved with CBD and what all is out there, pretty much from my personal experience. You know, I can't speak to vape oils or what the effect is of vape, but I can tell you just about what an oil is going to look like. I'm excited that CBD is available now. I feel like it will help a lot of people. If you are interested in trying it, please click my link below. Use the coupon code WELCOME20, welcome in all caps, 20, and that will get you 20% off of your first order.
Also, be sure to check out our CBD Facebook group, EllisFamLife #AutisticTwins CBD VIP. Just enter it in the search bar, send a request, and I'll admit you into the secret group.
And leave me a comment and let me know how it's working for you. If you haven't tried it yet, let me know if you want to try it. If you have tried it, let me know some of your experiences. Did it help your appetite? Did it calm your anxiety? Did you see a decrease in meltdowns, an increase in eye contact? Did you see a decrease in stimming and an increase in coping? I think that CBD will change the world of autism. And I don't think it's a cure-all. Like, we still have meltdowns and we still have stimming, but it takes the edge off, definitely. And we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. So anyway, leave me a comment and let me know. If you liked this content and you learned something and you'd like to see more of EllisFamLife, then consider subscribing to our channel. And if you know of that someone who has an autistic so-and-so, or if they struggle with anxiety, or they struggle with their weight and they want to have a little bit of appetite suppressant, share this video and let's get our message out about how CBD can help that particular person. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video. Oh, don't forget the bell. If you decide to subscribe to the channel, be sure to ring the bell. You will get notifications immediately when I release videos, which are generally Wednesdays and Saturdays, and sometimes Mondays, 2 to 3 times a week. And I really look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to next time.